Okay, so I'm really excited about this and I wanted to share it with you. Usually I try to dress a little better and do a few things a little nicer. I've never even tried this, never gone through it, but it is on the website, brand new, just now available, and so I wanted to go ahead and show you. I have a handkerchief here covered in little pumpkins, and I should note that the fabric print of the styles of pumpkins will vary, but it will always be pumpkin print fabric. And so we have the little handkerchief, but this is not just any ordinary handkerchief. No, this is a very special magic handkerchief because when we draw the corners together, something special happens inside. And when I reach in, notice I have no sleeves on or anything, but we've got seeds that have appeared. These are pumpkin seeds. And honestly, I like to eat pumpkin seeds, but more than eating pumpkin seeds, I have a bigger plan in mind. There is a grand scheme behind the seeds, so I can't stop at the seeds. And so we are going to plant the seeds back inside of the handkerchief. I wonder how long it'll take for the soil to break them down. Let's see, about 3, 2, 1, and look at that. The soil has absorbed the seeds. And so now it's breaking it down. The sunlight's coming in, the water's coming in. You can take as long with this as you want. Something awesome is happening because what I'm really after is a pumpkin to make some pumpkin pie. And there it is. We have grown a little bitty baby pumpkin. And if we give it time, of course, it can get a lot better to turn it into a pumpkin pie. Now, I want to tell you a couple of things about this because you can go a lot of different ways with this effect. You could stop there, draw it out a little longer than I have for the cute effect. But I also want to remind everybody, sometimes we feel like those seeds in life, and we feel like we have been buried. We feel like the weight of everything is coming in on top of us. But I want to encourage you because there's a big difference between being buried and being planted. Sometimes you feel like you're being buried, but instead, God has planted you. It might feel heavy. It may not seem like you can see the light, but what's on top of you is not going to destroy you. It's the soil you've been planted in to grow up and to flourish and to turn into something greater than you are right now. And so maybe you're not a person being crushed, maybe you're a seed being planted, being nourished to turn into your purpose. It's incredible because when we look at pumpkins, pumpkins can be used for a lot of things, but at Halloween time, what do? We cut the top off the pumpkin and we dig all the junk out. All that slimy, goopy stuff? We dig it out. And then we place a light inside. We replace all the junk with the shining light and a fire that burns bright and a fire that dries out that goop. But we're able to see the light because we carve a happy face, a smiling face into the front of that pumpkin. And now it can see, people can see the joy that is on the face and bring happiness and bring light to those that are around them. And so sometimes you feel like you're buried, but you're actually being planted. And regardless of the goopy junk that's on the inside, the hands of our master can cut the top off. That's the transformation of our mind. And he can begin to remove all that old junk, and he can carve a happy face where there used to be plainness and sadness and dullness and you didn't know where you were going. And he places his own light inside. Jesus is the light of the world, and it's the fire of the Holy Spirit. And now that shines bright from the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless of doing gospel or if you don't do gospel, this is brand new right now. It's called the pumpkin patch. You can use this in kids shows. You can use this in residential shows. You could use this, I think, for any group of adults. Of course, it's a really good magical effect, but think of all the positive message applications that could go with this. We've only got, I think, 8 on the shelves right now at the time of this recording. We'll make more as fast as we can. Go to icklepicklemagic.com right now and order. You'll get one of the very first of the pumpkin patch. Thanks for joining me.